natural causes, which is 1% of a population around the world. They negate natural causes. They negate their own crime that they could have. I mean, there are other reasons people die in a country, and every single death is being tagged on this.
And here's the problem: nobody actually is going to actually investigate the United Nations as to why they did not distribute those aids and try to freaking blame it on Israel. They literally blamed it on Israel for something they themselves did not do.
But Phonics, isn't this reminiscent of what the PLO did, for instance, during the quote-unquote military occupation of Israel? 25 independent news outlets, were being funded. They were well-funded. They were critical of Israel. They were having free speech and freedom of expression, right? As soon as Yasser Arafat took over, what happened? All 25 of them shut down. All the money and the funds funneled into Yasser Arafat's red pens, right?
He became a billionaire.
And guess what? Antonio Guterres is never going to get investigated for actually holding those aids. And when he says that, because he wouldn't wait for the blue, it's called the blue vehicles, where Hamas actually escorts these aids to the area, and they were saying, why the hell are you actually being escorted by Hamas? If you are being escorted by Hamas, we're going to shoot those guys. No shit, they're going to do that. So, I mean, this is crazy talk. It's like, are you guys, with whose side are you on, UN? Are you the sides of the terrorists, or are you side of Israel, like normal people? Like, it seems like even the UN doesn't know the distinction between terrorists and non-terrorists at this point.
Yes, because to them, when me and Phonics have a war, right, I should be sending aid to Phonics' house. This is them. So in other words, these are the same people that want this war to perpetuate.
What would your concerned be to end this war then?
Well, exactly what international law stipulates. We actually had a land for peace deal with Egypt, and we literally signed a binding agreement saying that if you actually go back to war with us, we're going to take your land and then some. We did exactly the same deal with Gaza when we did a land for peace deal, and guess what? They attacked us, so therefore we had supposed to take their land and give their population of Gaza back to Egypt, which they were part of to begin with.
Egypt doesn't want them in Egypt. Egypt doesn't want them. They've already attacked them.
And we're willing to go to war with them to send them back to their own nation. This is
why does Egypt not want them? Phonics, because every other country in the Middle East that has taken in the past 40 to 50 years that has taken in so-called Palestinians, whatever they are, right? And it's funny, there's no such thing as a Palestinian ethnicity. There's no such thing, really. You are either Kurdish, or you're Algerian, or you're Tunisian, or you're Egyptian, or you're Turkish, right? Really, there's none. But anyway, these so-called Palestinians, why don't they take them in? When they went into Kuwait, what did they do? Kidnapping ministers' wives, kidnapping ministers' kids, killing their kids, killing ministers, assassination missions, right? Undermining governments. The same thing they did in Jordan. What do you think King Hussein did to them? In the matter of about, 2-3 months? Not 2 years, but 2-3 months. He killed over, 30,000?
Yes. And
in 2-3 months?
So if the leader of Egypt did exactly that after he sent the Palestinians over to the border, then that's on them, not on Israel, by the way. Because if you're thinking,
but is that not the difference between Sunni and Shia? Is that just not a different war?
What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Sorry? What about Sunni and Shia? I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I'm talking about the difference between Muslim countries. Like, obviously, there's a divide, isn't there?
Oh no, it has no bearing on the subject for one particular reason.
No.
Iran supports Hamas, despite
Hamas
the ideological opposition.
So that's a Sunni,
right?
That's a Sunni.
Yes, because Hamas is an armed wing of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Okay.
Ahmed Yassin and Mus'ab Yusuf, who founded this organization, under charitable organizations, they actually transformed into an armed military wing of the Muslim Brotherhood, Al-Ikhwan al-Muslimin.
Okay.
But the agenda is really simple. Why does Iran support an organization's armed wing, despite the fact that they ideologically oppose Iran existentially? Why? Because the agenda is simple. The agenda is simple. They agree on many fronts, on many points. Killing of
You
Jews.
believe it's an anti-Semitic
It is.
agenda?
It is anti-Semitism. It is. Because Islamic eschatology predicates itself on the eradication of Jews and the establishment of an Islamic utopia, Pax Islamica, the Islamic peace, as they call it Darul Islam. So this is something that is well established within the doctrines. Not to mention the killing of homosexuals, regardless of whether you are trans, gay, lesbian, whatever you are.
Alpha, quit bringing that up. You don't care. You were really rude to me when you first came up here. Quit acting like you care about the
I'm rude to
LGBTQ.
you as a
You
person,
don't.
not for your
No,
gender.
that doesn't matter. You don't care. You're fake.
Well,
Using
okay,
that as an
fine.
argument.
Sure. If I didn't have two gay cousins, I would have believed you. Anyway.
That doesn't mean
It's
anything.
simple.
You're rude.
Okay? These people don't care. Right now, let me give you the Muslim Association.
You're no different. You're no different, Alpha. You don't care.
Sure. The Muslim Lebanese Association published a fatwa in 2023. Okay? A fatwa means a legal ruling literally calling for the genocide of homosexuals. This is after a week when all these...
We're moving on from the homosexual talk from you. You don't care. No, You've been talking this whole time. Let somebody else...
Let me speak, okay?
You've said enough, Alpha. You've said enough.
Now, what is this? What is this?
What do you mean? What is this? You were rude to me whenever I came up here. I can't be rude to you. What? It's only necessary to be rude to me. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Jesus, keep control of the mind wherever you are. We've had our fun. Let's try and have a serious one now, yeah?
these people went out there, well-intentioned, for the sake of humanity. The Muslim Lebanese Association turns around and literally passes, a death sentence on them.
On who?
Can you believe that?
On who? On who? Homosexuals?
The LGBT community.
You're still bringing this shit up? You don't care for them. You are so rude to LGBTQ people. You don't give a fuck about them.
Palestine, not me.
You don't give a fuck about them. You're no different than fucking Hamas of them when you're up here talking shit.
With regards to Israel, their level of acceptance to the LGBT community, it's the same as my country.
Absolutely, 100%. It is very.
See, that's the difference, and there's many more differences. What the Western audience doesn't understand is that you cannot try to understand the Middle East, this melting pot part of Asia and Asia at large, by trying to use Western lenses. It doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen. Let me give you an example. When you look at the way people talk about positionality, right? And this is something very well established in humanities, the idea of positionality.
Bobby, please, come on.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Why is that even funny?
Don't RBP, please me. This dude was rude to me from the jump.
We know this. Sort it out.
Sorry, boys, coming from now, and
Why are you centering yourself?
let Alpha speak, and then
Because
everyone.
Alpha wants attention. He's been speaking for 30 minutes.
Well,
Dude,
it's
I
You've
don't
been
get
laughing
that.
and telling.
I just barely came off mute, Simon. Chill out. Get out of your feelings.
I'm literally pretty calm. You're laughing.
Okay, thank you, Simon. Okay, I didn't know. Laughing triggers you, Simon? Man.
Well, when someone's speaking and making a point, and you're just laughing hysterically, yeah, it's kind of annoying.
So what? Laughing is wrong? You can't laugh on a panel? Are you in?
You can, but mute your mic.
Well,
No, I can do whatever I want. Please.
Can I say something, please? We're trying to have a serious political discussion here. I know maybe he insulted you You guys can sort that out together. This is quite a serious
Hey,
topic.
Tobias, let me say something. He's the one bringing up LGBTQ. Okay.
You've explained that already, Barbie.
I-
You've explained
yeah, but
that.
he keeps bringing it up,
I
Tobias.
can
Why
bring it
are
up
you
whenever I
whining,
want.
Tobias? Why
What
are
do
you
you want?
whining?
I'm whining. I'm trying to keep control of the
You're
fucking
whining.
room. Let me
You're not keeping control of the room right now. You're just irritating it right
Why?
now.
Because
You
you're
heard
fine.
Alpha.
Who made you the
Yeah, because you're a bigot. You're a bigot. You're a fake. You're a fake, Alpha.
Prove
You're
it.
a fake.
How?
You're coming up here talking shit to me, but yeah, you're so worried for the
Who are you?
LGBTQ. You're bullshit. You're a bullshitter. You're a
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, do you have something to say? Am I?
It doesn't matter. You're a bullshitter. You're a bullshitter. You're a bullshitter, Alpha.
It has nothing to do with your sexuality.
Okay, shut up, Alpha. Move on. Move on, Alpha. Somebody else
I
wants to
get
talk.
dickhead to you too. As
Okay.
I don't care, Simon. I'm about to be a dick to you, Simon. Don't
I don't
start.
have
Don't
time
get me
for
on.
this.
Why would somebody use the LGBTQ plus community as an argument? My question would be, why would they use it as an argument for something when they have no care for those people anyway?
Well, I mean, I've been
Exactly.
in enough rooms with Alpha to know
Why
that
not
if
have
No,
him
I have
there
no
for
respect for you,
people?
Barbie. That doesn't mean I don't respect
He
you.
said that he has gays in his
I don't
family,
respect you.
Enigma. The fact that he has a problem with Barbie doesn't mean that he has a
But
problem with gay
Daniel,
people.
there are plenty of people that have gay people in their family who shun them.
Yeah, but why do you think that he is one of them? Hold on, but Enigma, the fact that he had a fight with Barbie, which is part of the LGBT
Look at these
community,
men
has
trying to
nothing-
defend
it doesn't mean
bigotry.
Barbie, I'm a man. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. I can speak. And the
I
fact
don't know
that he
if
had a
you're a
fight
man.
with
I don't know
Barbie,
if you're a man. I don't know if you're one either.
Can we get rid of this person? This is
the
really.
No,
fact that
George.
she
No,
had a
George.
Actually, can we get rid of this
No,
person?
George.
I'm
No,
speaking
George.
to
There you go.
Enigma. I'm speaking to Enigma for a second. Enigma, the fact that Alpha had whatever it was with Barbie doesn't mean that it's about the gay community. He is a person.
It was when
And
he called
he
me a
had-
man. He called me a man when he came up here. He
You called
targeted
me a
me
man.
and my identity.
You
It
called
doesn't
me a
matter.
man.
Are you not a man? You just said you're a man.
But you called me a man.
It doesn't
As a-
matter.
like a
That's what you
derogatory.
identify as. That's what you identify
But it
as,
has nothing
right?
to do with the
Alpha.
gay community.